Hey guys, it's Amy. First things first, I thought I would point out new glasses, because if Superman has taught us anything is that a thick-rimmed pair of glasses can make you completely unrecognisable, so I thought I would just remind you that I am indeed Amy. Got it? Good. Alright, let's just get into what I'm actually supposed to be doing, which is my June wrap-up and my July TBR. So in the month of June, I read 4 books. So the first book that I read was City of Bones by Cassandra Clare, which is the first book in the Mortal Instruments series. If you're not sure what this series is about, it's about a girl called Clary who finds out that she is a shadow hunter, which is a demon hunter of sorts. Hilarity and danger ensues, as well as romance with several characters. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars, I think, on Goodreads. I really enjoyed this. I've had this book for about 3 years and I don't know why I didn't pick it up earlier. Actually, probably more like 4 years. And I think the reason I picked it up is because of all the Shadowhunters news for the new TV series, and I wanted to jump on that bandwagon and be able to fangirl with you guys about it, and here I am, fangirling. Probably my favourite characters were Luke and Alec, mainly because they didn't put up with Clary's BS. Clary, I find really an annoying protagonist. I don't know why. It's probably because she's 15 and she's not very mature yet, and I'm 19 and I'm like, ugh, such a 12-y. I understand why she is so immature. It's because of her age, and I've come to accept that, and I love the book nonetheless. Really great book. If you haven't picked up this series yet, go do it. Yeah. And so the next book that I picked up was City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. Again, I didn't enjoy this book as much as the first one. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, just because I felt like not really much happened. And if you didn't already guess, the next book that I read was City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. I loved this book. This is my favourite so far. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, full of action, full of characters that I'm like really either loving or despising, and it's great. Anyway, I love this book. Once again, Alec, bloody amazing. Luke, bloody amazing. Love them. Even Valentine, I was just like, you're such a great character. Like, a villain, a good villain. Good villain. Okay, and the last book that I read in the month of June was A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Moss. I don't know, I'm going to say Moss because it sounds better to me. If you aren't sure what A Court of Thorns and Roses is about, if you haven't seen every other booktuber talking about it, it's about a girl called Feyre who kills a animal in the woods, happens to be a fairy, and as a result of the treaty between the fairies and the humans, she has to exchange her life for the fairies that she killed. I really enjoyed this book, 5 out of 5 stars. I found a lot of people on Goodreads and BookTube either loved it or hated it. Some people found it really insta-lovey and really slow, but I found it the complete opposite. I was gripped from the first page and I felt that the love developed really slowly. I think they don't realise that the scenes that we see aren't all one after the other. There's weeks and months in between the scenes, so you've got to take that into consideration, and I really enjoyed this. I did see one of the plot twists coming. I saw, if you guys have read that at Reddit, there's a riddle in this, and I knew the answer to the riddle as soon as I read it, and I was like, why can you not see this? I was in love with all of the male characters in this book, except obviously, you know, her dad, because that's a bit gross because he's a dad. But Feyre, yeah, all of the males she was surrounded by were very, very appealing to me. Even, so Tamlin, Lucien, yep, 10 out of 10. Even Rhysand, I was like, oh, too hot for words. Yep, that's embarrassing because my brother can hear me saying this. Great. I have this problem where I tend to not be able to get much of a sense of the main character's personality in a lot of books. And with this one was the same to a certain extent. But in the end, I had a good sense of who she was. It just took a while for me to get there. The first book that I hope to read in the month of July is Masquerade by Kylie Fanacia. This is a book by an Australian author who happens to be a librarian, which is a pretty cool occupation if you ask me. I'm pretty sure it's a standalone. This book is told from multiple perspectives, and it's about several girls, one called Aurelia. I don't know how to pronounce her name. It's Italian. I'm very bad at pronouncing names. And she, after the loss of her mother, goes to live with her uncle, and as far as I'm aware, secrets and stuff and probably romance ensues. And I'm really liking it so far. I'm only 3 chapters in, but really enjoying it. Loving the writing style. It's pretty good. And it's very immersive so far, which I'm liking. Because I don't know much about Italy, but I feel like I'm there, which is a good thing, because I'd love to be in Italy right now. The next book that I hope to read in July is The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. Nathaniel Hawthorne, that's the author's name. It's about a woman who has a child out of wedlock, as far as I'm aware. Yep, conceives a child out of wedlock and has to, as a result, wear a red A on her clothing to show that she is an adulterer, and it's about her dealing with society as a result of that situation. Okay, and the next book that I hope to read in the month of July is The Heroes of Olympus, The Blood of Olympus by Rick Riordan. This is the last book in the Heroes of Olympus series, and I haven't read it yet. I was a bit daunted by the size. They were all really big, but this one, because I haven't read the other ones for ages, years, I think it was years since I read the last one, and I don't really remember what happens, but I don't want to reread them because they're all so big. So I'm just going to read the summaries on the internet and then read this one. And I want to finish off this series, and I'm sort of sad that the series is finishing because I've been reading it since I was in year 7, I think. Not this series, but the Percy Jackson series, so it's going to be sad to say goodbye, but yeah, I can't really give you a summary of this book because it is the last book in a series, but yeah. Why am I so awkward today? Who knows? It's just part of me. So, the last book that I hope to read in the month of July is Cinder by Marissa Meyer, which is the first book in the Lunar Chronicles. I've been wanting to read this series for so long, and I bought it at Supernova, and I can't wait. I'm so excited to read this series. This is about a girl called Cinder. As far as I'm aware, she is a cyborg. It's basically a cyborg Cinderella retelling, adaptation. I don't know. It's set in a place called New Beijing. That's freaking cool. And I'm just very, very, very excited. Okay, so those are the books that I read and the books that I hope to read. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what you're planning to read this month and what you read in June. And don't forget to check out my Instagram because I post there pretty much every day. It's my baby. I love Instagram, and I would really love it if you would check it out. That would be really nice. As always, I hope you're having a lovely day and happy reading. Bye!